those are the folks you're almost proud of. You know why? Because
They stuck it out.
stuck it out. There were so many times, and not knowing them, but I know my drill. Hey, what's up, guys? How are you guys? There were so many times that he could have thrown in the towel because.
Hey, we're going to call to order the council meeting of May 8th. We stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, could you call the roll for the successor agency, Housing Authority, Finance Authority, Parking Authority, and the City Council?
Sure. A quorum is present for City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority, Finance Authority, and Parking Authority.
Any persons wishing to address the City Council or other agencies on items on today's agenda, with the exception of the public hearing, may do so at this time.
Good afternoon, council members. Let's hope that our system is working. There was a great deal of discussion about it over the week that it was not. With regards to item number 6, I'm very concerned that you're modifying this arrangement, and yet you've not bothered to talk to the people most impacted. Kind of like one council member at his town hall meeting suggested that significant issue discussions only took place at block club meetings. This building, this time, this setting is where business of the city is supposed to be taking place. Unfortunately, you've decided the people of this community don't have the opportunity, if they work, to address you. That's unfortunate. I think that will have some negative fallout for you in not too distant future. But you're rushing to do what you want to do without regard for the community that you're impacting is not going unnoticed. And unfortunately, kingdoms do fall. You know, I went back and I looked at one of your declarations not too long ago, and it spoke to doing something for all of eternity. And I had to laugh. I wonder if, when you went to that Ministers Association event, someone reminded you that a man who walks on this earth does not speak for eternity.
Any other public comment? Sir, do you want to talk?
My greetings to City Council. Since about 4 or 5 years ago, I'm going down Prairie on my bike.
Sir, this is like something on the agenda. At the end of the meeting, then we have talk about anything to do with city business. Item or something different from the agenda.
I'll wait till the end.
Okay, it won't be long, I promise you. All right, with that, we'll close public comment. Item 1, CSA 1 and H1.
Warrant register.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
City Council, Successor Agency, and Housing Authority members: Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin. Mayor Chairman Butts.
Aye. Consent calendar items 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a joint consent calendar 7 and CSA 3.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council and agency, successor agency members: Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Butts.
Aye. 01.
Staff report recommending adoption of ordinance number 18-06 to amend Chapter 3 of the Inglewood Municipal Code to ban or restrict the parking of oversized vehicles on certain city streets and/or during certain hours of the day.
Motion to waive further reading.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. Move adoption.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. A1,
Thank you, Mayor. No oral reports.
CM1,
Manager reports.
CM1,
Thank
C1, I'm sorry.
you, that's okay, thank you, Mayor, no verbal reports.
CT1.
No reports.
Wait a minute. Take her temperature now. The successor agency has already been called to order, CSA 2.
Approval of the minutes for the successor agency meeting held on April 3rd, 2018, and April 10th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Successor agency members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. Adjourn the successor agency, the Housing Authority has already been called to order, H2.
Approval of the minutes for Housing Authority meeting held on April 3rd, 2018, and April 10th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Housing Authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
I will adjourn the Housing Authority, the Finance Authority has already been called to order, F1.
Approval of the minutes for the Finance Authority meeting held on April 3rd and April 10th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Finance Authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
I will adjourn the Finance Authority, the Parking Authority is already in session, P1.
Approval of the minutes for the Parking Authority meeting held on April 3rd and April 10th, 2018.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Parking Authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. There are no appointments to boards, commission, or committees. Public comment, any persons wishing to address the city on any other matters not covered on the city agenda may do so at that time. Sir, could you come back forward?
Business. Wanted to
You have to speak a little louder. We want you to come out on television.
Want to thank everyone for letting me put my 2 cents in. Just wanted to relay something that happened to me about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm on my bike going down Prairie across the street from the Forum. And I noticed, well, I've been to lots of Laker games, but I've never seen so many black people in the Forum parking lot. So I asked one of the ladies that were in line, what's going on? Y'all having a Tarzan movie or something out here? So she laughed and said, no,
This
this
isn't going
is
well.
a Maxine Waters job fair. I says, okay, that sounds about right. But my question to the city council, is Inglewood a sanctuary city?
Okay, you said you saw black people on the Forum lot. Is that right? You said you saw black people on the Forum parking lot
I'm saying
5 years ago. Okay, well, no, they weren't a sanctuary city then, and we're not a sanctuary city right now. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Having conscious objector. I don't have to go over the old stuff now. Everybody's coming out the woodwork, throwing themselves on the mercy spin doctrine, what they've been doing all these years. including Maxine Waters, they all ought to be tried for treason, operating outside the Constitution. As you know, even our president now, who's against the Fifth Amendment, is now about to do the Fifth Amendment himself. But the thing is this here, ladies and gentlemen, everybody that signed those documents to do what they've been doing to Vietnam, and every veteran that served this country since 1941, the peacetime draft, they need to go to jail. Civilian, military personnel tried in a civil court, a criminal court, and then you should freeze every penny they earned from the time they got in the government and put their signature. Anybody with a signature on this crap where it's repetitious, the VA can't include, there never will. And it's, by the way, there's no statute of limitation because they never take a break. They just leapfrog each other.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. We're at time.
So my number is 323
Mr. Parker.
3363.
Parker,
Call me,
everybody
I can
has
tell
your
you.
number. We're at time.
Good afternoon, council members and mayor. My name is Jim Vaughn. I'm out of the 2nd District. I would like to address this man here that just got through talking about the VA. I am sort of tired of hearing him detour the VA. My uncle, 2 of my uncles, my son, myself, have all had VA benefits. Have got very good VA benefits. He keeps complaining about the VA. Well, there's an Office of Emergency Services that he can contact down in Westwood. Or there's an American Legion post and a VA post here. If he has a problem with the VA, come see us. We'll show him how to go about sorting this problem out. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Just wanted to speak just briefly. Understand, obviously, in this city and all areas, we have obviously a housing problem. I understand the ballot was just turned in for the city charter, but I'd like to leave, if it's okay, a copy for each of the council member and the mayor. There was a study just done by the Center for California Real Estate, and in it, they're one of the most knowledgeable respected research firm, and their report indicates that rent control has always been a disadvantage to low and moderate income people, and it always has ended up with higher rents in other neighborhoods and some of the other things. So it's a very interesting report. It's all documented, and like I say, the Center for California Real Estate is one of the most noted research firms. So I'd have a copy for each of the council people and the mayor if I could leave that with you. It may be very informative to you as you look at issues regarding housing here in the city, and find this report very helpful to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Could I leave you?
Yes, you may. The Sergeant at Arms will take it.
My name is Willie A.G., and I live in the beautiful city of Inglewood and proud of it. Best leadership in the country. My understanding is if you serve less than 1 year in the military, you're not entitled to expenses. My understanding, I don't know, but I'm a disabled veteran, and I go to the VA hospital, been going there for 30 years. I don't think if it wasn't for the good Lord and the Veterans Hospital and the people that run the Veterans Hospital, I don't think I'd be standing here today. And it hurts me when I hear people get up here every week demeaning the Veterans Administration. I'm proud of them myself, and you can say what you want to say, but I'm 88 years old and I'm standing tall because of the good Lord and the Veterans Administration. Thank God for them.
Well, you're living proof, Mr. Agee, because I never knew you were disabled.
Good afternoon, Council.
Hi, Ms. Lai.
I haven't been attending many of the meetings because I got another life. But there's a favorite saying of mine. If you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result, just insane if it doesn't happen. And so I come to the meetings and I do expect different results, but they never happen. and I just stay away because I know I'm not crazy. To admonish the council, please pay more attention to the residents who do not agree with you. We may be able to come to some kind of understanding and maybe accept some of your ideas, but until you ask us and you just force things on us, it's going to keep this derision going. And so I just wanted to say that. Hopefully the next time I come to the meeting, we'll have something that we all can agree on. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lai. Mr. Burt, welcome back.
I can't mute, ma'am.
I said welcome
I
back.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Don't start my time. I'm living in the beautiful city of Inglewood.
All right.
I'm finna give it back to you. Wanna buy it?
Mr. Burt, you used up your time.
I'll get some more from you. Ma'am, I sit around here in Alabama, came to California to get a good job. Went to 3 different schools to make sure that I could keep my job. All this money, I was making $40 an hour for when I left there. That's what they're paying now. You know, I'd like to go back to work. That big football stadium over there. Red bigger condos down here. But they ain't hiring us. See, I remember when they wasn't hiring us before. We was only due to color. Then I tried to learn how to speak a little Spanish so I could fool them, tell them I was from Cuba. But it didn't do no good. Now I look at AG walking around here. You look at me out there running in the morning. I'm 82, AG. Yes, sir, officer, you behind my back? Don't shoot me.
Mr. Burt. Mr. Burt. Mr. Burt.
My name is Diane Sombrano, and I actually believe that the Constitution gives us that right to free speech. In fact, I find it appalling that we're still posting that copyright BS on the YouTube things. You know, you got a federal judge to tell you couldn't, and we still do that. Kind of like you said that you think the Supreme Court got the Miranda warning wrong. Well, unfortunately, they still rule, you still don't. And I would hope that at some point, those who do come to this meeting do get heard and even have their words thought of and considered. We all know you make the decisions in advance. No other place would you have a 4-minute meeting for so many significant items. There's not been a staff report in a long time. This is not how democracy is supposed to run. And oh, by the way, many of us lost many loved ones in multiple wars, but we don't need to stand up and attack others for their service.
And that will close public comment. Councilman Dotson, District 1.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For those of us who don't have veterans coverage, we're having a successful aging fair at our beautiful new senior facility on the 12th. It's being sponsored by the city and Delta. So please put it on your calendar, come out. I think you'll really enjoy it. They'll have a great health screening and a lot of other things. So see this out on the DS, out on the table outside, pick it up. I think you'll enjoy it. Come by. I want to thank the ministers for their prayer day and the wonderful prayer breakfast that a lot of us attended. It was very well attended, and the keynote speaker was out of sight. So if you missed that, you missed the one, so don't miss the next one. Park and Recreation had a volunteer recognition lunches for 125 volunteers that have helped support the Park and Restoration Department in 2018. Congratulations to every one of those people. They deserve their recognition, And man, let me tell you, they had a good time. Me and the mayor was privileged to go by there, and the mayor stood there and passed out all 25 of those certificates. And I'm telling you, those people, everyone that I talked to, said that they never would believe that this was happening in Inglewood. So they're living their dream, and I hope none of you take that from them. They're enjoying life here in Inglewood, and I am too. So I was very proud to be there. I also attended with the mayor. He was a keynote speaker for the Women of Vision. That was their 20th anniversary. And the mayor did us all proud, as he always does. But I found out that there were so many people right here in Inglewood that really don't know what's going on in Inglewood. And the mayor, when he gave his speech, they were really surprised at how much is going on in Inglewood. And they gave him this, which he had to leave. So they gave it to me. I presented them with the proclamation.
Oh my goodness.
So, there you go, Mr. Barrett.
Colors are outstanding.
Well, that's the end of my report. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.
Councilman Padilla, District 2.
All right, well, thank you, Mayor. Congratulations. Those colors do remind me. The Relay for Life is coming up on June the 2nd, Saturday, right behind City Hall at Crozier School. And for those that don't know, Relay for Life is an opportunity for us to come together as a community to fight cancer. And we put teams together. I know the council members have teams that we're putting together to raise funds as we walk around the track to help bring cancer to an end. So please come out and support Relay for Life, Saturday, June 2nd. I want to thank all the folks that came out. Last Friday night, I had my annual Cinco de Mayo Fiesta dinner at the Knights of Columbus Hall. Proceeds from that fundraiser go to the scholarship fund, and it was amazing. We broke our records on the number of dinners served. So a huge thank you to all the folks that came out to support the fundraiser. Also want to remind you that on Saturday, May 19th, is the art show, which will be held over at True Vine Church on Centinela. That's at 10 o'clock in the morning, Saturday, May 19th. The following weekend, May 26th, is the LA County Fire Service Day. It's our opportunity to say thank you to our firefighters for their service. It'll be held over at the fire station on Centinela, and that's on May 26th, Saturday at 9 a.m. We kick it off with a pancake breakfast, and then we're going to do some hot dogs and munchies at noon. So come out and just say hi to our firefighters, let them know how much you appreciate what they're doing. And this is a city-wide fire service day. It's not just for District 2 at all. It's for the city of Inglewood. So please come out and show your respect to our firefighters. And then next week is our Police Memorial Week as an opportunity to thank our police officers for their continued service and for putting their life on the line as well. So with that, thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Councilman Franklin, District 4.
Following my colleague's comments, Mr. Padilla, regarding putting life on the line, I want to reach out to the Veterans Administration because my brother was a Purple Heart recipient in the Vietnam War. He had a challenge and still had challenges for a number of years until recently that he ran across another vet who told him about different counseling that could assist him for his rehab that he's been doing for umpteen years. Proud to announce that he received 100% disability, and now getting all the benefits that he needs. All it takes is the effort of you willing to look. And you don't have to always go to the VA hospital in Westwood, but there's also a number of counseling facilities, including his case was in Gardena, that provided him the leadway that he needed to get the benefits that he's now receiving and enjoying today. In addition to that, I just want to thank the many residents in District 4 and throughout the city that have embraced the new re-grand opening of Center Park. It has faithfully been used by both adults and children alike. So if you haven't been at the park, where you get a chance to see the walking track, which is rubberized, so it's nice and soft to do your exercise, 8 exercise stations, a number of brand new tot lot activities for the kids, and more importantly now, there's several gazebos with picnic benches as well as grills for you to enjoy. And yes, the restrooms have been upgraded as well, so each stall has their own doorway. So the residents are using it. It's unfortunate that some residents want to find negative versus positive, but overall, it's been a positive, and majority of the people I've spoke to said thank you for a job well done for this city to approve those funds to be allocated. And I personally want to thank Parks and Recreation, Sabrina Barnes and her crew for doing an outstanding job, as well as Public Works. They also was involved to make sure that took place. And then finally, I just want to announce that those that did attend the town hall meeting or was not able to attend the District 4 town hall meeting, it is now being broadcasted on Spectrum Channel 35, Inglewood Channel 35, starting this week. And then also we're working on getting it made available on YouTube link on the city's website. On that note, everyone have a blessed day.
Thank you. Councilman Morales, District 3, the the council dean.
Thank you. Just following up on some of the things, there's also for all U.S. vets, we have U.S. housing. We're very fortunate to have it here in the city on Hendry and near Arbor Vitae, which has a tremendous amount of different programs to help U.S. vets. All you have to do is walk in there. You don't have to be living there. They'll give you the information you need. So that's out there. It's just an abundance of it here. Volunteers were recognized on Saturday, and I have to say that most of the programs that happen here, I have some at a senior housing where volunteers kind of run the annual programs throughout the year. Those are things that are incredible, and no community can make anything happen without their volunteers, so we're very grateful for that. And I just want to give the mayor an award. Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. I had the distinct pleasure this Saturday of attending 3 nice occasions back to back. The first one was at the Proud Bird on the 2nd floor. It was a birthday party for Richard Overturf. He's 75 years old. And I would say there were at least 60 people in attendance, and on behalf of the council, I presented him a proclamation. I discussed the things that we have coming over the next 10 years here. And people were very, very impressed. And 100% of the people that I spoke to were very happy with the direction of the city. Then I went downstairs to the Women of Vision ceremony. It was their 20th anniversary. And I went through a PowerPoint presentation of the things that have manifested themselves, the things that are coming, the Girl Scouts, the LA Phil, and so on and so forth. And I would say out of 100 people in that room, I got to speak to about 92 of them. And again, every single one of them was happy with the direction the city was going. I got a phone call in the middle of my presentation from Cinder Eller, who reminded me that we had a volunteer appreciation luncheon at the senior center. And as Councilman Dotson stated, a lot of people, probably in excess of 100, and talked about where we are, where we're going. 100% of the people thrilled with the direction of the city. And that's why I'm so surprised at times, and I will yield to the experiences of my colleagues on the dais, but I never in the streets hear anyone complain that they're not heard or that they're upset with the direction of the city. And I do think that at times that this setting can be an artificial one for people to represent, that they represent such a groundswell of discontent, because I haven't seen it. Now, one last little story, and then we'll close, because Eloy does not like to go past 2:30. We have an oversight board for the enforceable obligations of the redevelopment agency. And what that means is the redevelopment ended somewhere around January in 2012, but before that, the city had enforceable obligations, things that we had committed to finishing with redevelopment money, and particularly bond money that had been secured that the state has to make the payments on. And July 18th of this year, Department of Finance is consolidating those individual boards. We used to have one for Inglewood, one for Arcadia, one for Bell. Well, now there are going to be 5 boards, well, actually 5 members, and one representative for each supervisorial district. That means there'll be one global board of 5 people that make the decisions about how redevelopment will wind down. Now, the fact that we have redevelopment parcels in our entertainment district area made it of critical importance that we were represented. So I went down there, actually myself and my assistant Melanie, called a city selection committee. And there are 88 cities in the county, and to have a valid election, there must be at least 45 people there. And there are times, this was in South Pasadena, 10 o'clock in the morning. And there are times when they have city selection committee meetings and we don't have a quorum and we have to disband and come back another day. Well, we had 45. There were 2 candidates for the 2nd supervisorial district, Mark Ridley Thomas's district, that we are part of. Myself, Mayor of Culver City. And there was a vote. I made a presentation about the city, my background, how we saw ourselves as best capable to ensure prosperity for the region, with the combination of me being on the Metro Board, the transportation alternatives that we're attempting to develop to connect the Metro line on Florence to the sports entertainment district. And then the mayor in Culver City made his presentation very compelling. I want to tell you how much things have changed. There was a unanimous vote for Inglewood to be the representation for the 2nd supervisorial district. In fact, they went city by city. They called names Arcadia, Bell, Baldwin Hills. By the time they got to Malibu, it was the 22nd city. Malibu made the motion that the vote be canceled and that Inglewood be selected by acclaim unanimously. And that was seconded, and that was the vote. Now, I say that to tell you that perception and the brand of the city has changed. I could never have conceived of a vote between Inglewood and Culver City being unanimous for the city of Inglewood. Those of you that go out and you talk to people about what we're doing, you know, our works speak for themselves, but it's you talk to people and let people know what's going on. Whenever you identify yourself as living in Inglewood, do you notice that people gather around you and they ask you about the stadium, or what are the Clippers coming? What's going on? That's what has changed. We used to, when I came here, we had trouble recruiting police officers. And those that we did recruit, after they did their year, would lateral to other places, and we were perpetually understaffed. We don't have that problem anymore. People begging to be officers. Be proud of yourselves. Be very proud of yourselves. This is a different community, and think about this. We haven't played a single football game here yet, not one single game, but we're lined up for the next 10 years for huge events. And with that, I'm going to thank the Women of Vision for this beautiful plaque that Eli Morales gave me. And we're adjourned.
And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.